This is WRUULP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings, community radio with global soul.
Good morning, Savannah. It's Wayne Waters. You're listening to Savannah Lexicon on WRUULP 107.5. We're streaming online from the heart of Savannah's downtown historic district. Savannah Lexicon, for those of you who may be new listeners, is a show designed to inform the listener about important social, political, and cultural issues that shape Savannah, as well as about opportunities to experience things in and around this beautiful city that might bring an added measure of grace and joy to your life. I speak with representatives of the local government, social service organizations, cultural organizations, all sorts of folks, and pretty much anyone who can help shed some light on how to live a well-informed, full life here in the most beautiful city in the nation, Savannah, Georgia. As always, assisted by my trusty producer, Keith Baudry. We're on air every Wednesday from 9 to 10 in the morning, and we surely do appreciate you for listening. This show is going to be very interesting. Our guest is Carolyn Blackshear. She's the president of the Martin Luther King Jr. Observance Day Association. And, of course, next Monday is the big day to commemorate Dr. King. There is the parade, and there is a celebration at the Unitarian Universalist Church with Huxley Scott and the Savannah State Concert Choir, and various other things that will be going on this month and next. Worship that is here, if I'm correct, in the Unitarian Universalist Church. Is that correct?
Actually, no.
Oh.
The citywide memorial.
I'm sorry.
Sunday.
You're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead too far myself. We'll get to that. There is actually an event here at the Unitarian Universalist Church, but that is on Monday. So Sunday, I'm sorry, the citywide memorial worship service. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yes, that is a worship service that will be held on Sunday, as you said, at 5 p.m. at the Second African Baptist Church, which is a few blocks over from here.
Okay.
And that is a service that we include various denominations, and it will begin with a memorial march of the clergy. All clergy persons are asked to be a part of the march.
Okay.
That's just preceding the program, and they will march in. There'll be designated seating for them, and then we'll have the memorial worship program, and that includes also clergy persons from various denominations. And of course, the keynote speaker is a person who has long history with the civil rights movement, and actually was a young man in the struggle with Dr. King. His name is the Reverend Dr. T. DeWitt Smith of Atlanta. He will be here, and he will be our speaker.
Okay. Excellent. And let me just go ahead and apologize to the audience. I'm fighting a cold, so I probably sound kind of rough, and hopefully not too bad. And if I haul off and sneeze, then just forgive me. But I'm trying to fight a cold and getting through it. But okay, so that
will be on Sunday.
That will be on Sunday, and the time is
5 o'clock.
Is 5 o'clock, and that's the is the citywide memorial worship service, and essentially the doors are open
to the public. We're delighted to have everyone come and be a part of that service.
That sets things up nicely for the big day.
The big day, of course, is on Monday with the parade. And, of course, I'd like to just say that this is our 38th annual celebration of Dr. King's memory.
Okay, it's been going on a good long time.
Yes. The parade will start at 10, on Monday and in around 1-ish. We have 310 units in the parade. We have, of course, units from all over the coastal area, the Carolinas, and as far as Florida.
Wow.
Will be participating in the parade.
Okay, so these are all sorts of different people,
These
I
are
guess. There's probably some clergy, probably.
We encourage everyone from all walks of life to participate. It's an all-inclusive parade. We have churches. We have social civic organizations. We have the city and county governments as part of the parade. We have elected officials. We have many schools and bands and ROTC units.
Wow.
We just have a wide variety of persons and groups involved in the parade.
And you're saying bands? I mean, you're talking about marching
bands,
some
yes,
school bands, some big bass drums.
We do,
and all of that kind
all
of stuff.
That.
All right, excellent. Now, I this may be a tad laborious, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. I'm gonna run through the parade route. Just and by the way, correct me if I'm wrong on anything, but the parade begins at the intersection of East Broad and Liberty.
Correct.
Proceeds north on East Broad to East Oglethorpe, turns west on East Oglethorpe and proceeds to Price Street, turns north on Price, goes to East Broughton, turns west on East Broughton to Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Then left on MLK Jr. Boulevard to the intersection with West Anderson where the parade ends.
Correct.
Okay, excellent. Now, that's online too, as is also, other information regarding this. The website is
www. Celebrate Savannah.
Okay.
Yeah. .com.
Not .org. Okay.
No,
.com.
.com.
Okay. All right. So there's information there that you can follow up with and take a look at. So the parade, it's going to last probably a couple of 3 hours apparently,
exactly.
About 3 hours, something like that maybe.
Yes.
Okay, and people, I assume, many people will come and line the streets.
Yes.
And
we encourage that. It is a day off, but we ask that it be a day on. And you'll have many organizations who are part of the parade will also go out and give a helping hand to a 501c3 organization who may need help. So we have various organizations going out to do play it forward in the afternoon. So we encourage that.
Okay, and I was going to make that point. You are a 501c3
we are.
Organization, so a nonprofit, in other words.
Yeah, exactly. And we also invite persons who would be interested to volunteer, become a part of the celebration committee. We now work year-round and putting all these events. We have 10 events. And as you mentioned early on, after the parade at 2 at the at the church here, you will sponsor a concert, Huxley Scott in concert with the concert choir from
Savannah State Concert Choir.
Yes. Yeah. And so we invite persons to come and be a part of that also.
And let me just say, most of our listeners will know that Unitarian Universalist Church is WRUULP's nonprofit sponsor for the radio station here. So they really are, you might say, the reason that we are on the air as a as a low power station, it's required that you are associated with a nonprofit organization, and Unitarian Universalist is that organization for WRUU, and we are in fact, broadcasting, streaming live from that building, or we're kind of behind the church, as it were. So we are really happy to, if I can speak for a moment on behalf of the Unitarian Universalist and WRUU, we're certainly very delighted to be associated with this and have this part of the whole observation, observance, and celebration here at the facility. The church is at, for those who may not know, 311 East Harris is the address for the church. And I had Huxley on here, actually, Carolyn, a few weeks ago, and it was a little bit too early for her to sing. I was trying to get her. I was trying to say, well, maybe
you'll have to come
say,
on Monday.
I got to come. Yeah. I got to come on Monday because I didn't get a chance to hear her, and I haven't heard her in a long time, and I do want to hear her again because she is quite the powerful songstress.
Oh, she is, and we're just delighted that the Unitarian Universalist Church has been such an outstanding supporter of the King Association for many years, and has always been a group to come beside us and to uphold us in all that we do in keeping the dream alive. And so we are certainly indebted to the church for that, and it's ongoing. Not only that, your pastor will be involved in supporting us with another event. At the end of the month, we'll have a brunch at the Trade Center on Saturday the 28th, and your pastor will be involved in that as well. So we are just very grateful to have your support.
Well, let's jump. Let's come back to that. But first, is there anything? I know that those are the two big events on Monday: the parade and the jazz concert
here at the church at 2.
At 2, okay. So really, I mean, that's plenty. There's nothing else to talk about particularly, is there? Or
not on Monday.
Okay, so we'll take it kind of a day at a time. So Monday, that's it. The big thing, the parade, which of course is beloved by many.
Oh yes,
and that's going to be going on starting at 10 o'clock and go on for 2 or 3 hours, and then the concert, Huxley Scott and Savannah State Concert Choir at 2 o'clock. Now, the next thing I believe is what you were just referring to on January 28th, which is the Business and Community Unity Brunch at Savannah International Trade and Convention Center.
Correct.
And you mentioned the pastor. The pastor
here. will be a part of that program.
And then the speaker, the primary speaker, however, is
Dr. Cheryl Dozier, president of Savannah State University. And then the program will be presided over by former mayor Edna Jackson, so she'll be involved in that as well. And many other community leaders will make up this program. And what this event brings together our business, our academic community, our churches, social civic organizations, and the general public. We come together to promote unity in the community and the find common cause. So this is another signature event during the celebration.
And we need unity in the community.
We do.
Yeah. There are pressures out there. There are things that any city has its share of issues, and Savannah is no different. And so anything that is designed to sort of bring people together and talk about ways to
Absolutely.
to work and live together.
And it was one of the things, key things that Dr. King always promoted.
Absolutely, sure.
That's part of the dream, actually.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's part of the dream. So that's why you'll see throughout all of our 10 events, you'll see sprinklings of unity, and that is key, bringing unity among all in this world, really. And we're just trying. The association is just trying to make that point. That's one of our primary points, is to keep that before all of us. As a matter of fact, one of Dr. King's favorite hymns was "Reach Out and Touch Someone." You may never get that close to them again. So we got to do, as we go through life, we are trying to get everyone to see, or as many as are willing to see, that we are our brother's keeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Before we jump to some of the other events that are in February, and I think there's even one in March, maybe.
Yes.
But before we do that, tell us just a little bit about you. Are you from here?
I am. My family moved here when I was a young child. I was only 10 years old, so I have been here for a very long time.
Well, that's
Grew
a
up
native,
here,
really,
and had tried to become a part of the fiber, because I think all of us are given the task to do as much as you can, as often as you can, and so that has been my life's work. Trying to be a part of giving back, because I believe when you're blessed, you are duty bound to reach out and touch someone, to give back, and if at all possible, to reach back as you are become successful and more successful. You are obligated to reach back and try to bring someone with you.
That's an excellent philosophy that we all should bear in mind. So, how long have you been associated with this organization?
I have been. The association is 38 years old.
Right.
I have been a part since the beginning.
Oh, wow.
I
okay.
took I did have a lapse in service, because my husband is now a retired Baptist minister, and he was called away a couple of times to pastorates away from Savannah.
I see.
But
right.
I have, for the past 30 years, I have been back in Savannah and been a part of the association.
Wow.
I have been here, and I was elected president in 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, 2007.
Okay.
And
wow.
so, yeah.
So for that whole time then?
Since 2007.
Since 2007?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of service. That's a lot of good work. Bless your heart for that.
I'm proud to have been here and given the best that I had, and as we go forward, we want to. We're now set to, and always have, but now we're really focusing on the young people, to really have them to know what the dream is, and know what Dr. King's philosophy was, what his dream was. And you may know that Dr. King was a humble soul. His first and only desire was to be a Baptist minister, to follow in his father's footsteps.
Right.
But we, as you know, that didn't happen. But anyway, we in to get away from the calendar for a moment.
Sure.
In that vein, this past school term back in August, during the summer, just to back up for a moment, we began planning what we could do going forward to have all young people know more about Dr. King's legacy.
Okay.
We initiated a reading project.
Oh,
and
okay.
so now, starting with second grade.
That's
And
starting
so
early, and that's good.
Yes, so that has been very successful. We're reading to each month to second graders.
Good.
And the book currently is The Big Words by Dr. King, and it's a good children's book to get them to begin to know and think about Dr. King, other than there's a parade in his honor. We want them to really know what that means and take on that whole persona. So we're very pleased that we have gotten good results and we have gotten good comments and praise for that. And that's one of the things that we're very proud, and that's a new project.
Excellent. I love to hear that because, I mean, clearly, well, first off, any study or reading or attention to Dr. King and his life is a good thing, just period.
The children are very excited because not only do we read, but we give them a personal copy of the book.
Oh,
and
good. That's
they
double
are
good.
just,
now we're getting double good.
They are just so excited, and not only they, but the teachers are excited, and of course, we give them a copy of the book as well, and we're just so grateful for persons in the community who've heard about it, and as we advertise it, who are willing to purchase the books.
Good.
So
get some support from the community in that way.
Yes, we get support for that, and so we are just really grateful for that.
Well, that's really good to, starting that young, because surely, and I don't claim to really know, not having any children myself, I don't really claim to know what the curriculum of the grammar schools and middle schools and high schools are, but I'm certain that certainly at least middle school, if not grammar, and probably grammar too, and certainly high school, there's, one would think, considerable attention paid to Dr. King in history classes and social studies and that sort of thing, which is not to say that's necessarily enough that more couldn't be there. But I'm just happy to hear that you started this program with such a young age, because they may not necessarily in schools, get that much at that age.
No, they don't get, from what I see and I understand from those in the system, they get a limited amount, and you can never get, for a person of this magnitude, you can never get too much.
No, absolutely not. And the younger, the better.
They are very receptive and excited, and the last session I read, we had they were so proud to have something that they could that called theirs. And I had a little boy who said, "Oh, good, this is mine." I said, "I'll never get rid of it." So that's the kind of excitement we want to see and hear.
Love it.
Yes.
Okay, let me just say, when we get to the halfway point, and we're not quite there yet, but won't be long, and then we're going to take at that point a brief interlude, and then when we come back, we are going to, I think it's a real treat, we're going to have Ms. Blackshear read a little bit of Martin Luther King's writings for us. We still got a few minutes before we're going there. But before we do that, and before we get to that break, I wanted to ask you, I think, is there still some sort of a scholarship program?
There is. There is.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, this month, the information went out to public and private schools, inviting local graduating seniors to please become a part of the. We asked them to write a 500-word essay.
Okay.
And about the life and times of Dr. King, and then and they had we give them January and February to get that in, and then our education and scholarship committee will review the essays and select at 5 of them, the top essays. And then on April 4th, which is the date of Dr. King's assassination, we hold our Memorial Scholarship Awards program. And that's hosted by Savannah State University. And that is when we give them an opportunity to, there's a program and reception. We give them an opportunity to read their winning essay, and scholarships are awarded. Now, scholarship award amounts vary because some years our funds are greater than others. To be honest with you,
sure.
And because when 38 years ago when we first started, there was not a lot. As much activity going on then as it is now. Not only there are other major activities going on in the neighborhood.
A lot of things vying for people's attention and dollars and stuff.
We are actually getting dollars from the same pot, the same sponsors, and so some sponsors have had to cut back because of their overall giving.
Sure.
And so, but we try to do at least 800 and up, depending on what is, because this is a nonprofit. We operate with volunteer staff.
Right.
And so but that's when the scholarships are awarded, April 4th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And along those lines, I want to make just a brief corporate donation promo for WRUU. And as a business, you enjoy our programming on WRUU-LP, so please support the station with a donation. Let your customers, neighbors, and friends know that you share our vision of building a thriving community based on a diverse, vibrant radio programming. And as a business partner, our listeners will know you support Savannah's only broad-based community radio station. You can become a tower sponsor or underwriter. To check out the levels of corporate sponsorship and to donate, go to www.wruu.org/corporate. Again, to check out the levels of corporate sponsorship and to donate, go to www.wruu.org/corporate. Thank you for listening to and supporting WRUU-LP, and of course the Martin Luther King Observance Day Association is another opportunity for corporate sponsorship, and you have there's contact information on their website as well. So we are going to take a brief interlude here, and again, I'll tell you, we've got a treat coming up. Ms. Blackshear is going to read a little bit of Martin Luther King's writings to start out the second segment of the show. So keep listening. We'll be right back.
guess I love, but the truth is I don't do either. I've got no peace of mind, I guess I'd never try. Been here forever, learning how to lie. And I just want to be alone. And I just want you to go away. Feel the rain on your broken face. Let those feelings all wash away. How long have you been waiting on me? I did not even plan to come tonight. I felt you pulling me from far away. Now I'm here, girl, can you make me stay? And I just want to be alone. And I just want you to go away. Feel the rain on your broken face. Let those feelings all wash away.
Okay, we are back, folks. This is Wayne Waters. You're listening to Savannah Lexicon, streaming live from WRUULP, streaming live from the heart of downtown Savannah, Georgia. And if you're just joining us, our guest today is Carolyn Blackshear. She's the president of the Martin Luther King Jr. Observance Day Association. And of course, next Monday is the big day to commemorate Dr. King. There is the parade, and there is a celebration at the Unitarian Universalist Church with Huxley Scott and the Savannah State Concert Choir, and various other things that will be going on this month and next. But I wanted to give Ms. Blackshear a chance to read a little bit of Dr. King's writings, which she was gracious enough to do, and so she is going to do that for us here now. So, Ms. Blackshear, what is it you are going to read for us?
Okay, I have several readings here from Dr. King's writings. One I think we might share a portion of is what Dr. King saw as the national problem in 1960, and this is taken from his speech for the golden anniversary of the National Urban League.
Okay, all right.
And he saw the national problem as the racial issue that we confront in America is not sectional, but it's national. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Therefore, no American can afford to be apathetic about the problem of racial justice. It is a problem that meets every man at his front door. There is no need for strong and aggressive leadership from the federal government. There is a pressing need for liberalism in the North that is truly liberal, that firmly believes in integration in its own community as well as in the Deep South. There is a need for the type of liberal who not only rises up with righteous indignation when a Negro is lynched in Mississippi, but will be equally incensed when a Negro is denied the right to live in his neighborhood or join his professional association or secure a top position in his business. There's no way to pay mere lip service to integration. We must pay it. We must pay life service to it. So that is what he saw as a national problem in 1960.
Okay, 1960.
That's 1960. So I think what we have to ask ourselves, have we played, as he said, have we continued to pay lip service, or have we paid life service to that problem?
That's a continuing question.
That's
we should
a
all
continuing question that we all have to live with, and if we're honest with ourselves, we can. There's no need to raise your hand and admit to anyone, but I think that's a question that we can ask ourselves, and then we can do something about it, one way or the other. Yeah.
Good point.
And then I'd like to share again, just to remind. I know many of us know what the dream was.
Yes.
But if I may, I'd just like to remind us what Dr. King's dream was, and there'll be opportunity for each of us to think deep within ourselves and answer the question, is it I? Have I done all I could?
Yes, please
and
do.
That is, that speech was given in 1963.
Okay.
In Washington, D.C.
Right.
The March on Washington in August. This speech, Dr. King, was not initially the speech that he was going to give, but
that's
of
what
course,
I understand.
Being the brilliant mind that he was and he had, this is how it ended up. Of course, it had many thousands of people from around the world who attended.
Yes, and most of us can see in our mind's eye those incredible images.
Yes,
of,
absolutely. Yes.
Just the crowd that was just.
It was just
all over.
Just everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere there was a place to stand, a body was standing. And so he's admonishing each person there to go back to wherever it is you're from.
Right.
Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of the northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will change. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. So I say to you, my friends, that even though we must face difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream that one day this nation would rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day the red clay hills of Georgia, sons of former slaves and sons of former slave owners, will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state swallowing with the heat of injustice, swallowing with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the contents of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripped in the words of interposition and nullification, that one day, right there in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted, every hill and mountain shall be made low. Through the rough places shall be made plain, and the crooked places shall be made straight, and the glory of the Lord will be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out the mountains of despair, a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discord of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, pray together, struggle together, go to jail together, stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day when all God's children will be able to sing with a new meaning. My country tells of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing, and land where my fathers died, land of pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside let freedom ring. And if America is to be great, this must be true. So let freedom ring from the prestigious hills of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the hiking Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain in Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi. From every mountainside let freedom ring. And when we allow freedom to ring, when we let it ring from every village and hamlet, from every state and city, we will be able to speed up the day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Catholics and Protestants, will all be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
Woo! Amen. Amen. It was all I could do not to give you an ongoing amen chorus as we were going there, but I just thought, no, I just need to let her tell it.
Yeah.
And tell it you did, and tell it he did.
He did.
He sure did.
So that is the dream, and we have come a long way since 1963.
We have.
But the dream is still not yet fulfilled.
Yeah.
There's still yet work to be done, and there are no other hands to do it but us.
True enough.
We must continue, and that is why the King Association and many organizations like us exist to promote the dream and to keep it alive. And we have made significant gains since 1963, but we are continuing the drive to get to the dream. We need more hands. We need more people committed to put their shoulders to the wheel and help push to get there. It was not easy when Dr. King was here, and it's been this April 4th will be 48 years.
Oh, wow. I guess so.
49 years. And so it's not easy, but we are committed to the struggle.
Well, and the struggle continues.
And the
You're
struggle
right.
continues,
It is vastly improved, certainly,
Yes.
in many, many ways. But,
many ways it has,
but there's still work to be
but
done.
there's still work to be done.
Well, thank you again so much for reading some of that. Those are always such inspiring words. It's hard to honestly, it's hard to think of anything more inspiring than almost anything, read and put together by Dr. King, but particularly that one is incredibly inspiring. I did want to talk, and we'll see how much time we have before it's all over with, but I did want to talk about some of the events. We've mentioned, of course, several things to this point, starting on Sunday, actually, with the citywide memorial worship service at Second African Baptist Church. Then, of course, the big day, the parade starting at 10, the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. annual parade starting at 10, starting out at the intersection of East Broad and Liberty. We talked about the 2 o'clock concert with Huxley Scott and the Savannah State Concert Choir, hosted by the Unitarian Universalist Church at the church. We mentioned January 28th, 10 o'clock, the Business and Community Unity Church. Unity Brunch at Savannah International Trade and Convention Center. So you do have other things going on later after that.
Right. We do on February 4th. This is a project that's sponsored by the Evangelical Ministers Union. We have organizations like that. We have the Unitarian Church who comes along and said, we want to support you, and this is how we can support you.
Right.
Because with the church, they have committed over many years now to the offering that's taken at the concert.
Okay.
Is used as a scholarship.
Okay.
So
good.
So that's amazing. We're always so happy to have an organization who will come alongside us and uphold the work that we are doing. The Evangelical Ministers Union is another organization, and what they have an interfaith. There again, interfaith breakfast. And to honor Mrs. Rosa Parks, who has been dubbed the mother of the civil rights movement. Right. So they their aim is to keep that memory alive as well.
And that's another memory worth
because
keeping alive.
Without her, this whole other piece would not have.
It took guts.
Yes,
that took guts.
Yes, so they support us and we support them.
And that's when now?
That's February 4th, the first Saturday, and that will be at the New St. Luke AME Church on east side of Savannah on Joe Street. And then on February 18th, we have our annual Dr. King's Freedom Dinner and Dance. At the annex at the Ralph Mark Gilbert Civil Rights Museum, and this is a social interaction and fellowship of Dr. King, and it's always a beautiful event. We try to include in the celebration all of the major facets of Dr. King. We have, of course, as I indicated earlier, Dr. King's earliest desire was to follow his father in the ministry, and he said he simply wanted to be a Baptist preacher.
Right.
And all of the other evolved out of that. And so that's why we have the worship service, and we have the education piece, which we are coming to now. We have this is our social piece. And then on February 25th, Saturday, which is a Saturday, this is another event that's geared toward young people.
Okay.
We have Express Success, Educational Career, and Youth Talent. And that's going to be at the Coastal Georgia Center on Farm Street.
Okay. Good.
This event focuses on youth and young adults. We have many our academic partners, Savannah State University, Armstrong University, and Savannah Technical College. They will present educational opportunities for young people. We have other organizations who come in, and the Board of Education. We have other organizations in the community, 501c3 organizations who come in and present seminars on, for example, bullying.
I see. Good.
And which is,
Okay.
we still have, the rate is too high with the bullying.
That's another issue.
That's a serious issue. We have many organizations coming in that Saturday, presenting to the young people, and then the last half of it is devoted to a youth showcase of youth talent.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah. So it turns out to be a wonderful day for young people. We will also have a booth there, talking about Dr. King.
Good.
Yeah. So all of that will be on February 25th, and then March 12th would be our annual Gospel Fest. It's a festival of music from various groups in the community, and they bring together the African American experience through gospel music.
Okay.
So, and we do know that music, Dr. King loved music. As a matter of fact, his mother was the church's musician.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And that last thing that's taking place where now?
And now the
gospel.
The gospel is at First Tabernacle Baptist Church over on Alice Street, the west side of town.
Okay.
And then we close out our celebration April 4th, which is, as I indicated earlier, is the date that Dr. King was assassinated.
Day that will live in infamy.
Yes, and so that is the day that we selected to honor our young people with the scholarship awards.
That's the scholarship awards. Excellent. Well, what a great slate of events that go, that start before Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And certainly big events on that day, but carrying it forward and going with additional events in the coming weeks. So that's a great slate of events. We're getting to the tail end here, so let me make a. Did you have one more thing you wanted to say?
I did.
Okay.
I wanted to just say that another way that we include our young people is. In September, we invite all students, private and public schools, to participate in our writing the theme for the celebration.
Okay, and I should say, if I may jump in here real quick, the theme I believe this year is a legacy never forgotten. Mm-hmm. Peace and love will thrive on.
Right.
So that's this year's theme.
And also we have celebration honorees that we have 2 parade marshals and a civil rights activist who will also be in the parade.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
And so come September, is when you will work on creating the theme for 2018.
Correct.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very nice. All right. Let me say first off, for those of you listening, that next week we're going to have a quite different show, but it's a celebration of a sort. You may have heard that there is a new all-age venue that is opening on the west side of town, an all-age music venue. Opening on the west side of town. It's called The Stage on Bay. It's going to open February 3rd. And we are going to have Charlie Schmidt, who is the owner of the club and managing the club. And he's going to come in and tell us all about this new venue and talk about the shows that he's already got lined up. By the way, you don't need to wait to listen to next week's show if you don't want to, because there are tickets on sale already, probably going quickly, for a number of the shows that they've already got lined up. I think it's through, I believe it's Ticketfly, if I'm not mistaken. But if you do a Google, you'll certainly be able to come up with it. Their opening act is going to be the Marshall Tucker Band, who most people will know and had a number of big hits, and they are going to be the opening act. The opener for the Marshall Tucker Band is going to be a band called the Steppin' Stones, who have a Savannah and Low Country connection. I think the guys are from this area, so that's going to be the debut act and debut concert at the Stage on Bay. So next week, Charlie Schmidt with the Stage on Bay to tell us all about this new musical venue. I also want to let you know that starting actually today through the 15th is the Pulse Art plus Technology Festival going on at the Telfair Museums. And there is a lot of very interesting stuff going on with this. There are some interesting exhibitions. There are some very good youth workshops, including game development with Game Maker kind of thing. Well, I'm sorry, that one's already passed. Missed that one, but there are some other ones going on. Some lectures tomorrow, several lectures for students tomorrow, some artist talks, some youth workshops and whatnot going on now through the 15th. And I encourage you to check that out. And, of course, they have all of their information online about this. Again, it's called the Pulse Art plus Technology Festival. And that is something well worth checking out as well. Okay, we are out of time. I want to say again, Ms. Blackshear, thank you so much for coming. We do appreciate it, and hopefully folks will, who are already well aware of the proceedings for this coming Sunday and Monday and beyond, will make sure to check out the website and get involved in whatever way they might.
Thank you so much for having us. I've enjoyed being with you, and look forward to seeing you at one or some of our events.
There you go. I appreciate that. All right. We will see you, or at least you'll hear us, next week at 9 o'clock with Savannah Lexicon. Have yourself a great day.
If you enjoy the programming on WRUU-LP, please support the station with a donation. Basic memberships begin at only $50. Additional membership levels are available, and monthly or recurring donations are welcome as well. To check out our membership rates and to donate to the station, go to www.wruu.org/individual and select your preferred donation level. Again, to donate to the station, go to www.wruu.org/individual. Thank you for listening to and supporting WRUU-LP. You're listening to WRUU-LP, Savannah, Georgia, 107.5 FM, WRUU.org. We are Savannah Soundings, community radio with global soul.